All right. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic start to the AM here. Happy, was it Wednesday? What a crazy, crazy night there yesterday, right? Pretty tremendous result, right? Landslide victory, which I think probably objectively is what you needed to have seen yesterday. I don't think we wanted to have seen a contested election result. So fantastic to have gotten that here, right? Don't really care about the side. I mean, I'm a Canadian, so it's not my fight. But yeah, looks like it's a pretty positive reaction here in the market. And we're getting quite the rip higher here this morning. Hopefully no issues this AM in the Discord. So everyone who's watching via Discord, hopefully that's working fine and well. If you guys could confirm in the chat, that would be fantastic. But otherwise, yeah, hope everyone's having yourselves a fantastic AM. For those of you who are DTR members and you are watching via YouTube, awesome. Keep using it if you want. The point of the Discord channel here, the live trading channel, is it's going to be slightly lower latency. So it should be approximately real time. And the YouTube chat or the YouTube will keep running here in the background just to record trades, right? So we have stuff to watch back, but then also for DTR guests and people who are checking out the program. So if you're inside the members, premium members only channels, then yeah, use the live trading channel and you should be able to get access to a lower latency stream. So we'll keep testing that here for the remainder of the week. Make sure that that's working just fine and dandy. I've made a few changes here to my setup, right? So it should be okay, right? Hopefully no issues and don't get overwhelmed, right, with anything. Yesterday evening, had a pretty successful trading session. Basically just played NQ here on the massive rips to the upside. So let's go over it here quickly. So electronic, right? And basically just played these breakouts here. So the move from like 2400 towards 2600 was basically just buying every dip inside this path. And yeah, absolutely crushed. So made about 2K per account, a little bit over 2K per account, past my funded futures evaluation. That account is not active here this morning, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, fantastic, right? Good day of trading. And basically just playing Bollinger Band breakouts here, right? So pretty textbook breakout, compressed Bollinger Bands, high volume, and then just rode those bands up, scalping along the way. So that's pretty much the way that I managed yesterday's price action, and then just ignored everything else, right? Once things started to look like a bit like a landslide. So, yeah, that was kind of a summary right there. Yesterday, again, nothing too crazy. I was just playing one or two contracts, pyramiding into stuff, and then building up into some positions. Today, certainly looks like it's going to be a potentially interesting session across the board. Pretty big gap ups here, right? ES at all-time highs. Indexes in general, right? Showing us a good amount of enthusiasm. And just a question of how much follow through are we actually going to get here today. Spent a little bit of time this morning, right, going back to previous election results and kind of looking what the following day's price action was. Now, in 2008, okay, it was a little bit of a sell-off session, right, but relatively within the context of that 2008 financial crisis, that was pretty close to the bottom of the market. When we then go back 4 more years ahead, that's the second Tuesday, right? Again, right? Short-term bottom was found in the markets, and then it basically just ripped higher. We then go to 2016, which was the surprise Trump result. Hey, good morning, Samuel. Like it was a huge doji, right? So massive fake out here to the downside, and then an incredible rip here higher, and then created a pretty tremendous bull market all the way to like January 2018. So pretty impressive, right? And the following day, a little bit muted, but then pretty big move right thereafter. And then finally, right, if we go to 2020, right, Tuesday was pretty quiet, but then again, right, kind of a rip higher here from the market on a Biden win. So we get a bit of both, right? We get a little bit of everything here. And yeah, we're going to see basically how the markets want to behave here based off of that information. And yeah, we'll see basically how the reaction is here today. In general, right, the size of this gap up is pretty much bigger than anything we've seen here, right, in the last couple of days. It's obviously our big fear, right, with the gap up that large, is to think that, hey, it's going to be a little bit of a challenging market environment because the move has happened overnight here. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we do get some clean price action and we can have ourselves a fantastic trading day. So with that being said, let's start mapping things out here, figure out what we want to do, and hopefully set ourselves up for what should be a successful trading day. So good morning to everyone in the Discord. Yeah, hope you guys are having yourselves a great day. Suresh, Craig, Steven, John, Jeff, Cordell, Bugs, Nate, Howell, Antonin, and Samuel. If you're interested in getting a lower latency version of the stream, you should be able to find one inside the Discord under the live trading channel. So I'd recommend that you access that if you want to get a real-time view of my screen. All right. Oh, and last but not least, right, tomorrow is Fed rate decision day. So that's a huge bit of news as well. Okay, maybe not as crazy as today's or yesterday's election result, but FOMC, right, and Powell speaking, that's another kind of catalyst for the market to deal with. And so we want to be just a little bit cautious, right, that we aren't chasing price action that isn't there here today. And yeah, okay, trade the market that's in front of us, not trade the market that we want to see. And then, yeah, we can look for hopefully a strong continuation narrative. All right. So with that all out of the way, let's get after it here, team. Let's have ourselves a big day. And Jack, you're beating me to it, man. 2 out of 3 here to the upside without volume, spot on. And we're expecting big volume to show up here today, right? We're at a pretty impressive volume standard here in the overnight market, which is expected, obviously, right? And we're just going to see if we can get a big continuation narrative here this morning to really push things higher. So we'll call this a 2 out of 3 here to the upside without volume, massive post-election gap. And we're looking for basically an all-time high breakout, right? That's really the narrative that we're looking to fall in love with here today. So ATH breakout, push towards, man, it's crazy, 5,600, right? Or sorry, 6,000 we're pushing towards here today. So find support off of 5930. And then to move towards 6,000. That's crazy. And we're going to go 5950, right? And then beyond. Okay. Do we have a downside narrative here this morning? How do we feel about that? Yes, no, maybe. Why or why not? Yeah, I mean, we don't have a volume base there supporting yesterday's move, right? So definitely could happen. We should be setting up here for a potential reversal. We do have flexibility in either direction here today. 2 out of 3 to the upside without volume with a massive gap up. Certainly does give us that bias. We'll see if it's like a sell the news type bit of price action, right? So we'd be targeting a move down to eventually yesterday's lows, 58.15. I mean, that'd be a huge move. I'm not sure if it's going to necessarily happen all in one day. And so we'll go like 5,900 as our starting point here. And then like 58.90, 58. We'll go to like 58.50. Yeah, and if we get more follow through here to the downside than that, I'm not going to complain. I'll still be fine to trade it. But just want to be a little bit cautious, right? Not to chase anything. Hey, good morning, Constantine. Cool. All right, makes sense? Yeah? Cool. All right, and Q. So this was what I was trading last night. Very similar story here, right? Spot on. So 2 out of 3 here to the upside without volume. Massive gap up. Probably the main difference, right, is that NQ isn't at all-time highs. So we're at a little bit, like we've got a little bit more to climb up towards, say, 21,000. But it's got maybe a bit more work to do, right, to break out to make new ATHs. So that would be the target, right, 21K. And then a rejection off of like 2,800, right, would be sort of the starting point here to the downside. Okay, and then to the upside here, right, targeting a breakout towards 28. I'm not sure where to find the support. Maybe off of Thursday's high. It's like 2,500. And then rip. Then breakout towards ATH. And so we'll start at 2,800, 2,900, 21. And then we can go 21.1, 21.2. And beyond. Whoops. What did I do here? Okay. All right, makes sense. All right, sweet. How's the Discord video looking? Looking fine? No issues? All right, nice. All right. Crude. What's the count here? Yeah, well, maybe we could find a way to figure that out. I'm not sure how. We'll see. I'm a little bit of a technological Neanderthal, so I know how to make how to turn things on. Not sure how to fix certain tech issues. So one day, when AI takes over, we'll solve it. All right, CL, right? Green candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So this is our first 1 out of 3. This is a clear trend line rejection here. All right, and so we need a trend line breakout, right, which is like above 72.50. Sounds good. And then to the downside here, right, another rejection at like 72. So basically at the trend line, right? And then breakdown has space towards lows. So that would be 69, I'll call it 70, right? And then 69.50 and beyond. Yeah, I don't think I have the opportunity to do that inside Discord, unfortunately. So we're gonna, I mean, there's gonna be compromises, right? It's not, nothing's gonna be perfect here. All right, Apple, green candle, decreasing volume, gap up. So 2 out of 3 here to the upside. Right, relatively muted move, all things considered. And you're looking for a 224 breakout or a rejection, right? And breakdown under 219. Tesla, I mean, obviously the big winner here, right, with Elon Musk. Massive gap up here. Path to 300 starts now. Needs to find some sort of element of support here before it's going to rip higher. Technically a 3 for 3. So we're looking for gap fill and go basically here. All right. NA, right, for the downside. Microsoft, green candle, decreasing volume, little gap up. Still confined inside Thursday's range after a little fake out lower. So this is our opportunity to do a bottom up gap fill. So bottom up earnings gap fill. And that kind of sounds like bottom up gap fill kind of sounds like a video you'd find on a not safe for work website, not something you would trade. And then a downside rejection, right, would have to be some sort of basically gap fill breakout rejection. But I'm less enthusiastic about that. All right, Amazon, decent sized gap up here this morning, looking to clear through that 200 range. So 201 breakout's gonna be the starting point here this morning. 2 out of 3 to the upside without volume. In general, right, besides basically just Tesla, most of these names are giving us relatively reasonably small gap ups, right? The live trading channel, Herschel. Live trading, bottom of the DTR Premium members only Discord channels. Good morning, Brian. All right. AMD inside bar. So we're looking probably for a 145 breakout here. And then to the downside here, still under 138. 139.80, sorry. All right, NVIDIA. Call this like a little trend line move here. We need to get up and over 142.50. And then to the downside here, we'll say like a 143 rejection. Then break down under the trend line. Cool. Make sense? Awesome. All right, Meta. Green candle, decreasing volume, gap down. So 1 out of 3 here to the upside. Maybe like a little trend line bounce scenario. It's going to have to break down under 158. That's not changing. I mean, this could be like a Bollinger Band reversal type setup. And then if we are going to get a bearish move, it's got to break down under 57. All right, Netflix has a chance to finally break out of this consolidation here. Technically a 3 for 3 to the upside, but not outlier volume. So we'd like to see that outlier volume show back up. And we're looking for a breakout above that upper end of this trend line. So that's 774. And then to the downside here, still needs to break down under 748. So bias short term here this morning, right, is that high volume breakout. But let's see if it can go. And then Google, inside bar, pretty punchy gap up here. Uh, 173.20. I'm not sure where this is going to go to the upside. Kind of feel this might be just a little bit of no man's land here for me on the Google. Like maybe a retest of 170 would be the bull case. But I kind of hate like all the immediate price action directly above its most recent candles. It's very aggressive selling pressure. So that's less enthusiastic. Hey, good morning, SG. The down case might be a little bit easier here this morning. And then last but not least here, VIX. Huge move lower, right? We went from a 22 handle to a 15 handle here overnight. Pretty insane gap down move. Yeah, that might make things just a little bit more muted, right, to start the day off. But let's see, right, if this thing kind of continues. Good reminder, Greg. Good reminder. Yeah, you're spot on. So I'll add that to the notes. Thank you. All right, and yeah, that's pretty much the plan here this morning, right? So we have a little bit of a bias in either direction here today. Biggest concern is that the move has happened in the overnight markets, right? So a pretty tremendous bit of price action there. Had a nice little trading evening before kind of shutting things down. So no complaints from that perspective. And yeah, we'll see basically if we can get some nice oomph here today. Obviously, the thing we want to focus on here is not to get FOMO, not to chase price action, not to do anything along those lines. It's all about controlling the variables we can control, trading the market that's in front of us, and basically just not forcing anything, right, that isn't there. If we can do that, if we can control those variables, play our system, trust our process, we should have a cleaner, hopefully bit of price action for us to have some fun with over the next couple months here as we creep up towards the new year, and then eventually inauguration day. So looking forward to seeing, kind of how momentum comes together here this AM. Hopefully we can get ourselves a nice couple trades here or two, really blast off in this week's trading price action, and then let's go from there. So we got 3 minutes or so until market open. So I'm just going to go make myself a quick cup of coffee, spend a few minutes here visualizing a successful trading day, and then we'll jump back on here and hopefully crush today's market. So we'll be back in a few minutes, team, and we'll go after it then. All right, we're back. You guys can all hear me? No issues. We're good? Beautiful. So let's see how the day goes, right? Let's see how the day comes together. Just no rushing it, no forcing it. get some nice action, and we can hopefully take advantage of the market. We're at some big levels though, right? Huge moves overnight. We've got, all things considered, a very important Fed meeting there tomorrow. It might not be a very sustained move here this morning. And from my perspective, I was up latest I've been in years, it feels like, yesterday watching election coverage. So if you hear me fall out from the bottom of my seat here, just realize I've not had enough coffee this morning, and the body has taken over. So NQ so far probably the best look here of the AM. Although not quite ready here yet. ES, a little bit of a laggard. But above 700, right? Good start for NQ. Unfortunately not, Rusty, at least not in a way that I've been able to figure out. Now, at least not yet. Maybe there's a way, but I'm not gonna put any energy into that here this morning. Well, it's just a better candle shape, right? If you're bullish and it's a big green candle, it's a better look. Yeah, there's a way to do it, Juan. So with Quant Tower, you can do it. But personally, I just execute it independently. I was doing that when I was trading my evaluation, so I don't know why I would change it. Herschel, what do you mean no sound on Discord? You can't hear me on Discord? You might have something muted. So you might just have something muted there. I don't think that there should be any issues. So sounds like there's probably some sort of setting on your guys' end that is muting me as a conversationalist. So apparently there's a pair of headphones down at the bottom. If you left click that, you should be able to then enter your sound settings. But guys, with my execution, right, I'm already trading on 3 different brokerages, essentially, right? So with Trade of 8, which is not active here this morning, through Top Step X of my Top Step accounts, and then with my interactive brokers. So I've already kind of figured out my flow there. I don't feel like I missed too much. Yeah, if I don't talk, obviously it's going to be a bit quiet, but I'll do my best to yap away. Yeah, fair enough. I'm just not, I got no issues with the trade copiers. They're fine. But it's not that hard to set up multiple order windows. So that's, it's just no difference. NQ flying compared to ES kind of hanging out. Tesla seems to be like ripping higher, right? So that's up 6 points here, $6. Start the day off. So all my funded accounts, Jack, are 150s. So I've been working on that My Funded Futures one for like 3 weeks. Maybe a bit less. Sounds good, Nicholas. God, you have sound. Alright, let's see if this gives me increasing volume here. Might not. Might have to wait on the longer time frames today. No 10 a.m. data. We do have some 9:45 data here. PMI. We'll see how it goes. And max risk will remain the same, $500. I have been thinking a little bit about maybe increasing my max risk to be 1,000. But I'm not sure if I'm there yet. I'll let you guys know if I make that change. Crude I won't touch until we break out or we get the data. Already a 100-point rip on NQ, incredible. So there's a little part of me, that's another thing I've been thinking about here a bit, is that initial breakout through the opening range. Like, that has been recently the best entry of the day. So a breakout by the retest stop loss of the breakout candles low. Like, it holds pretty well. So that might end up being an entry technique I end up introducing here at some point. Allows you to catch that early move. Very similar to basically how some of those like OG future traders trade the opening range. Go small sizing on a breakout above, and then would give us an easier opportunity to potentially pyramid into moves. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Just like PAX trades. Yeah, spot on. So if these are guys who are objectively much more successful traders than I am, I'm willing to learn from their technique and see if I can make it, see if I can apply it to my own personal trading. I'm not too stubborn to feel like I have the only golden ticket, right? If you want to call it that, as a trader. That would be unrealistic. Yeah, and that would be a very similar concept there, Rusty, right? So you got a pretty good entry, no complaints. Because with this opening range, catching that move early is a pretty big difference. Well, and congratulations on passing 3 of your eval accounts yesterday. That's incredible work, man. Yeah, allow you to keep your position sizing small. I mean, that's the point, right? If we can make our, like, with our risk management, we kind of want to make our win rate irrelevant, right? If we can stop feeling the pressure to have a 90% win rate to be successful, and we lose really small when we do, and we can add to winners, then we set ourselves up, right, where we don't need many moves to be able to be wildly green. So those are very much those concepts, right? If you're risking, I don't know, 500 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 200 bucks, but you can build into massive positions where you're only adding as your average price, right, is below your stop loss. You set yourself up for a very successful trading strategy. So far, no dice here this morning. Again, no trades here yet. So again, here's that retest of the opening range. Has felt a lot like this is a buyer stop loss market. I mean, with the election out of the way, we should have, quote unquote, less uncertainty. So laughing to the bank, it's for premium members only. So if you choose to, join on one of the funding tiers or set up that way, you'll be able to see it inside the channels available to you there. Crude ripping higher. Interesting. So still no trade, still no action. And again, right, the size of the overnight move will, I don't want to say make people nervous. I'm not sure if that's the right term. But if you bought at yesterday's close and you got a huge win when you open up the day, you're looking to manage your position versus build a new one. Now, institutionally, yesterday I would have been trading all night. It would have been an all-nighter type situation. Potentially getting an ES type look here. Yeah, talk to your DTR advisor, laughing to the bank, and they'll get you set up and signed up, and then you'll get access. There you go, Rod. All right, so ES starting to set up here to the downside. All right, man, this has to be the aggressive entry technique by the looks of it. Already made a lower low, right? So let's see where it finds support here. So as is, stop loss 59.1675. Set everything up. Don't rush it, right? The trade is strong. It'll give us more than one chance to enter. I'd be looking at 3 units here, potentially. Sounds good. All right, so starting to watch here, team. Not yet. Still a bit of a bouncy. Okay, better. So let's see if we can get a nice little pullback here now. All right, so I am in average price 59.12. This thing is ripping in my direction almost right away. And I have 3 contracts here. So far, so good. Let's see if this thing can keep breaking down. Love it to close under 910, right? Right on the cusp. Let's see if we can flush just a little bit more here. It's a good rejection. Just not quite a perfect candle post-entry. So let's see if we can get the flush through here. Come on. 908.50. Come on. $906. Come on. I believe in you. Again, keeps getting stuffed, right? We're seeing elevator down, but then gets just a little bit muted on that follow through. There's a good entry, so that's making life just a little bit easier here. I've got trust issues this week. Fuck's calling me on WhatsApp? Okay, come on, break down here, make lower lows. Doesn't feel great. Come on. Come on. All right, guys. I'm going to close this here on a little flush if I can get one. That's the flush. I'm going to look to close out here in a second. All right. I'm out. Closed at 906.50. Nice little win to start the day. Just wasn't moving exactly how I wanted, right? So if it's not going to give me that exact breakdown, I'm going to reset this, right? See if I can jump back in at a different price. But too much deja vu with basically the price action here so far this week, right? So plus 825 here to start the day off. I won't complain about that. And if it sets up again, no worries. I can play this again, right? No FOMO about missing this. This retest consistently of my entry price didn't feel very strong. So I'm going to be a little bit paranoid, right, about the quality of bearish momentum. If I get oomph, I'll have more than one chance to enter, but I'm not going to get greedy here. So good start here, good start. Yeah, just because it went to 903.50 doesn't mean that it's behaved exactly how I expected, right? Talked about that 910 being the area we wanted to see it hold. didn't hold that right on the next candle. So if it's strong, we'll get another chance, and I can look for a breakdown again towards 900. Alternatively, right, can maybe play NQ for that breakdown as well. But a little bit of a, we'll call it mixed bag, choppy start here. So I'm not going to be aggressively holding this. I'm going to be scalper's mindset here and protect P&L as it's increasing instead of closing it on pullbacks. Closing it on pullbacks just drains mental capital. Feels a bit crappy, right? So I'm not going to give it that kind of power over me. And I'll maintain that level of discipline. Again, right, I don't feel like I've missed this move here. So $800 win to start the day. I'll take that all day long. And we'll see if we can get another opportunity. And volume has dried up, right, since that confirmation candle too. So again, if this sets up, I'll have another chance. But I don't need to force it or rush it. Make sense? Again, what we need to fight back against here today as much as possible is basically the greed, right? The greed of trying to catch a volatile market. We got to take multiple base hits, no worries. Those add up too. Of course, now it breaks down. But if it breaks through this 900 on volume, then targeting that 890 should be a breeze. If it doesn't want to break out on volume, then maybe this ends up being, right, that 948 candle ends up being capitulation more than continuation. And then catching that relative low is more luck than skill. So good start to the day here. Again, right, back up above that 906.50. I haven't missed anything here. I think I made the right call. All right, back in business here, team. Yeah, good decision, right? Now that looks like a reversal candle. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that. So now on this reversal setup, we might have an opportunity to target back up towards high a day. So let's see here. No 10 a.m. data this morning. Okay, so now possible setup here to the upside, right? Looking for elevator up. Stop loss would be 907.50. So you'd be looking at two contracts here, maybe one. At this point, it'd be one. Yeah, good decision. Very good decision. I'm not sure we're going to get an entry here now. Again, this should give me an increasing volume standard on the 3 min, which at that point, right, I could reset and then, you know, maybe use the aggressive entry technique on the following candle. NQ might then give me that breakout higher as well, which maybe is preferential. And yeah, I feel very vindicated with my decision to close. It was the right move for sure. One thing I'm trying to get better at, and this is something I kind of suck at, is not allowing my P&L to make me feel like I'm correct, right? So I need price action to behave the way that I've defined and the way that I have sort of like the levels I've said it needs to hold. If it can't do those things, I need to take those as warning signs and not get emotionally attached just because I'm green. Because then giving up those trades and letting them turn into losses is, I mean, just feels like self-sabotage, right? So, okay, good way to start the day off. Nice little scalp. And now we definitely have reversal scenarios pretty much across the board. Okay, so again, on this 3 min, we have a chance. And I would prefer the aggressive technique here today, right? This is going to be a scalper's market. So I don't want to see deep pullbacks. I want to see aggressive moves. So as is, stop loss would be 916.50. And let's see if that can hold. If it can, then we can look for the breakout up and over. On EA or on NQ, less appealing, I would say. Yeah, so 916.50 stop loss. So setting it all up. And we need to see a breakout through 920. Okay, now it's starting to pull back. So stop loss, maybe too big. So all this does, right, is gives me a bias to play on a longer time frame instead of wanting to play on the shorter time frame right now. And as is, right, a 912 stop loss. I have to have 7 points of risk. I'm not interested in that. It's too much. So we're going to reset this. And see if it gives me another opportunity. Yeah. Good decisions all around here so far. Good decisions all around. Whew. Everyone green so far to start? Nice work, Jack. Good job, team. Let's go. And it was objectively the right decision. 100%. Thank you, sir. Now I would say if I'm thinking about my trading Monday, Tuesday, I probably got a bit too pot committed. Remind me in 4 years to not trade the Monday, Tuesday going into the election. So still an inside bar here on the 3-min. But as is, right? 909.50. I don't want to do that as a stop loss. It's too much risk, right? I could buy less than one contract. And no offense, that juice isn't worth the squeeze. I don't trust it right now, Frodo. So, the enthusiasm that this pullback happened on, too aggressive in my opinion. So I want to see the aggressive entry, basically buy breakouts and pullbacks post breakout. And maybe it's like a little bit of PTSD, right? So market this week has kind of punished pullbacks, where pullbacks then haven't acted as support intra-candle. So I want to make sure I have confirmation of the follow through and then get tighter risk pretty much. And it could very much do so on this next candle, right? Little inside bar, fake out through the lower through the inside bar. If I can get a stop loss 914, okay, a little bit better, right? Then I'm risking $300 a contract. And it's a bit more, I can stomach it maybe a little bit easier. If it's going to chop about at these lows, I'm a little bit in no man's land until I get a very clean reaction. So if this was my opportunity for a clean reaction and I didn't get exactly that, I'm not going to be hyper aggressive here. I'm trying very hard today to trade my process, not to trade my P&L. And on a day like today, it's very easy to fall in love with the trap of trading P&L. And so I'm trying to avoid that like the plague. Okay. So now if it does, we're looking at a green to red reversal as our setup. Sorry, red to green reversal. So stop loss, 912.50 would be the stop. Again, we got a little bit of work to do here before that's in play. And it'd be a one contract play. It's got to get over 920 with enthusiasm and then a pullback into that area. Okay. So that's definitely elevator up. Now we want to see a gentle pullback here. Only one contract. Still having on the pullback I'm craving. Okay, as is. That's a little bit better from a risk perspective. Still risking 525. That's too much. All right, guys. I am in at 921. Ooh. That's one contract here. Maybe a bit of a prematurely entry. I mean, it held above our confirmation candle high. So I think I'm in okay shape. See if it's got the legs here to now push. Okay, so it's got to run from here now. Otherwise, I will close and either look for a better entry or reset my thesis. Great entry, Greg. Yeah, that's probably the one I should have gotten there. Got a little bit jumpy maybe on it. I don't feel dead, but I don't feel like this is a landslide here yet. Let's see if it can fly. Here we go. Come on. Little inside bar, so it's fine. Ideally holds above, right? 921. So similar thesis to that first trade, right? We want to see it hold through that key level. If it can't hold through that key level, I will get out. It held, but not with a ton of enthusiasm. So find support here, you lunatic. And let's rocket ship up here higher. So slightly early on my entry. I don't think my thesis is wrong here yet. But I want to see more follow through, right? The longer it takes, the worse it feels. Because if I'm correct, I should be correct almost right away. If I'm not perfect on my entry, what else am I wrong about, right? Keeps getting stuck. Okay, I'm going to call it last chance saloon here. It's got to start moving. Come on. There we go. That's exactly what we needed to have seen. Beautiful. All right, so that's 300. Let's see if we can get a bit more here. And this might be a chance to pyramid in a second. We need a stop loss like 925-ish. All right, so far so good here, team. I will not let this trade go red either, right? So stop loss is now going to be, we'll call it 922.50. All right, let's see if we can get a possible pyramid. So we want to see it hold, make a higher high above 929, and then a gentle pullback into that area to buy a second contract. That would make my average price to be, what is that? 8, so 924-ish. So if this pulls back deeper than 924, I will have to avoid adding an extra contract. Make sense? All right, awesome. Still no higher high above that area. Once the elevator up, right, stairs down. That maybe feels a bit like a fake out. Come on. So now I can't look to pyramid in. Right, too deep of a pullback. My stop loss would be below my average price, which I don't want to do. I want my stop loss to be above my average price. So we'll reset this, right? It might give me a chance on the next couple candles. NQ might be giving us the bigger sociopath move. Okay, so let's see if we can break through 930 here with some enthusiasm. Give me some Malo Gusto here. Come on. Jealous of your guys' 919.50 entries. The extra 2 points would have made a difference in position sizing and pyramiding. Come on. It's not going to be increasing volume on this candle. Let's see if we can keep going. So stop loss now, 923.50. But I'd like to see it not get close to that, right? If anything, I'm even debating a little bit closing this. Let's see if it can survive. Fly. Come on. Again, getting stuck a little bit at 9:30, right? Just a little bit stuck at 9:30. We've got crude oil inventories in 8 minutes. That will impact ES. Don't like that. Come on, go, go, go. Get over 30. And if it can close or go over 30 here and really rush higher, this is going to be my opportunity to close out this trade. And 31 was 10 points. Come on. Give me this algo push. Yeah, great work, Mike. Okay, it's got to hold 30. Got to hold 30. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. All right, gonna look to close here in a second. Next little flush higher, come on. Come on, come on. All right, closed. Exit price 933. So great trade. Nice little day here so far. Nice little day. Good decision to close. Good decision to close. Very vindicated there. All right. Feeling sharp. So $600. Nice day here. How we feeling, team? Good, good. Two nice wins to start the day off. Nearly $1,500. Cannot complain. And again, no interest in holding this through inventories, right? So closed it as my P&L was increasing, maybe not right at the top, but well enough. So again, right, protecting positions well here today. Something I haven't maybe done well early in the week. All right, great start here, team. So now we're going to wait for inventories to drop, right, in 5 minutes, 3 minutes. And I'll maybe set up, right, as an alternative scenario in one of our other tickers. But good day trading the indexes here so far. And just a little scalper's mindset, right? Not getting greedy, taking our wins, moving on. Again, don't care that it's 36 now, right? Do not care. It's kind of irrelevant. So we're going to reset up, see if we can get another opportunity. Good, good. Glad to hear. I do not feel like I've missed anything here, right? Made my plan, stuck to my plan, took my win. Catching tops and bottoms is luck, not skill, right? So don't confuse yourself into thinking it's otherwise. So far, so good here. 2 for 2 for the day. We'll see if we can get maybe one more or maybe another trade here to really push us over the top. All right, so 20 seconds till inventories drop. Let's see how this behaves. It's a sell-off going into it. Not sure what that means. Let's see if NQ could get up above 800 here. Not quite. Dump early. Okay, so now NQ could be the scenario. A nice little high vol breakout. We're going to treat that price like a zone versus a specific limit. So we want to see it break out above 803 here now with some conviction. And then stop loss 786.75. So again, be patient here, right? Be patient. It's got to get over 803. Okay, big breakout through here. Now we want to see a gentle pullback into 814 or lower, right? Okay, 814 would be too much risk. It would have to be even lower than that. I would need like 812.50, right? Sorry, 811.20 8:11 on the dot. I have to be 8:11 on the dot or lower. Sorry, 5-minute time frame on NQ. Okay, starting to watch here. A little bit bouncy. I'm not sure if this is the exact reaction I've wanted here yet. What's crude doing? Still no, still no, still no. It's more looking like elevator down than elevator up, right? So don't rush this. That was a quick move to 818. And then it's just been like a P&L drift since then, right? So no reason to chase this here as of yet. I wouldn't objectively say it's perfect. And then ES, right? Back under that 33. So again, I feel relatively vindicated here so far today. So this goes inside bar. I mean, we could still be in play here. But I wouldn't say that's a great looking candle post confirmation. So it's got some work to do here, right? To convince me that we still have a setup. Crude dumping. ES kind of sold off on that narrative too, right? It's now 31. Again, feel good about avoiding that. So maybe this will give me on the 3-min here a chance. A little inside bar. I probably don't want to see it dipping too far below 800 again here. Like I would say this is not the reaction you'd want. Yeah, good decision. Yes, now 928. So yeah, I don't see any reason to jump into this yet. Not going to trick myself into over trading here today, right? And degrade the quality of my P&L. Not worth it. And it's a good day here so far, right? So What I want to avoid is that element of self-sabotage as much as possible. And make sure, right, that whatever happens, I should have no excuses here for being red today. For whatever reason I finished the day red, I have royally screwed up. I gotta find a hoodie here. Be right back. Woo! I'm freezing. I don't know what it is. I complain about the cold. Potentially, yeah. Could potentially be in play. I mean, it's a decent amount of range towards low of day. Got 100 points. 120 points.